And one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me is my coach. He called out my lack of discipline, taking care of the ball, but he kept me in the game.
The drama surrounding Steph Curry's unexpected injury has shaken the foundation of the Golden State Warriors, just as the playoffs are heating up. The game had barely started when it happened. 13 minutes in, and Steph Curry was already back on the bench, clutching his hamstring, wincing in pain. The crowd fell silent. The lifeblood of the Warriors' offense was gone. Just like that. And with him went the carefully laid plans for their playoff run. But while fans were still processing the shock, the Warriors were already rewriting the script. Curry's diagnosis was swift but sobering, a grade 1 strain of the left hamstring. Not season-ending, but bad enough to sideline him for at least a week. That meant missing the next 3 games against the Minnesota Timberwolves in a brutally tight playoff series. For the first time in his 16-year career, Curry is dealing with a muscle strain. This isn't just a tweak. It's a completely new kind of rehab, one that affects everything Steph does. His constant motion, his precision cuts, the endless miles he runs just to create a sliver of space. The Warriors know what this means. Without Curry's gravity pulling defenses apart, everything changes. Opponents can pack the paint, play more aggressive help defense, and disrupt the fluidity that defines Golden State basketball. But this team has been here before. And what followed in Game 1 wasn't just unexpected, it was defiant. Draymond Green, often known more for his defense and fire than for his scoring, took center stage. The Timberwolves dared him to shoot, and he did. 4 of 6 from beyond the arc in the first half. Green's offensive outburst wasn't flashy, it was calculated, rooted in years of playoff experience. He read the floor, saw Rudy Gobert sitting in the paint, and pulled the trigger. Over and over again. And it landed. But Green wasn't alone. Buddy Hield, the sharpshooter known for his streakiness, caught fire in the third quarter. With 11 points in just that period, he stepped into a role that few expected him to fill. His confidence was palpable, his movements sharp, and his shooting mechanics laser-focused. "I worked too hard to fail," he said later, and in that moment, it didn't sound like a quote, it felt like a declaration. Then came Jimmy Butler. The veteran. The closer. The man built for fourth quarters. If you're wondering why the Warriors made a high-stakes move to bring in someone like Jimmy, this was your answer. With Steph out, Butler didn't just score, he orchestrated. He either scored or assisted on every bucket in the final quarter. Every single one. He attacked, dished, bullied his way to the rim, and made sure Golden State crossed the finish line with just enough cushion. Butler's impact isn't always loud. It's not just the points, it's the leadership, the presence, the composure. The Warriors needed a closer, and Jimmy closed the door on Minnesota in Game 1. His chemistry with Buddy Hield, hilariously highlighted in their post-game press conference, gave fans something else, a spark of joy. "I'm Batman today," Butler joked, with Buddy rolling his eyes. Steph may be out, but the locker room hadn't lost its soul. Still, there's no sugarcoating it, this injury is tricky. Hamstrings don't just hurt, they limit movement. They affect everything from running to cutting to lifting a leg. And Steph isn't just a shooter. He's a mover. He ran nearly 2 miles in a single playoff game just last week. That relentless motion is what opens up the floor, what forces defenders to chase ghosts around screens. Without that, the Warriors' offense needs to adjust. Drastically. And yet, this team has depth. And grit. They've played 12 playoff games without Steph Curry in the past. They've won 9 of them. It's not ideal. But it's not new. Defensively, they're already locked in. The Timberwolves, one of the most offensively dynamic teams in the league, were held to just 89 points. Golden State's defense, led again by Draymond Green, is swarming, suffocating, relentless. They're forcing bad shots, challenging threes, and taking the fight out of teams that are used to dishing it out. The Warriors' opponents have averaged just over 92 points per game in the postseason, the best defensive mark in the league. They are clamping down, and they're doing it as a unit. But Golden State's real weapon might not be on the stat sheet. It's the combination of leadership, pride, and experience. The team doesn't panic. They adjust. And they rely on players who know exactly what playoff basketball demands. Jimmy Butler isn't here to coast. He's here to carry. Draymond Green isn't just talking trash. He's doing the dirty work. Buddy Hield isn't just shooting. He's seizing his moment. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves are feeling the pressure. Anthony Edwards, their rising star, struggled early in Game 1. His coach, Chris Finch, didn't hold back. "The light went out a little bit," Finch said, pointing to Edwards' mental slump as much as his scoring drought. Ant wasn't mad. He admitted his offensive shortcomings, though he argued that his defense held strong. And he's not wrong. He had flashes of great defensive effort. But it wasn't enough. This is the playoffs. Flashes won't cut it. Minnesota's shooting woes are historic. 12 made threes in their last 76 attempts. Just 15%. That's the worst two-game playoff shooting stretch in NBA history. And it's not just cold shooting, it's shot selection, it's decision-making, it's intensity. It's leadership. That's where the Warriors have the edge. Because even without their star, their system holds. Their leadership doesn't crack. Their defense doesn't rest. Steph Curry is irreplaceable. No one is pretending otherwise. But Golden State's identity, its heart, doesn't vanish when Steph's sidelined. It shifts. It evolves. And it leans on players who are more than just role fillers. These are battle-tested vets who know what it takes. So now, the mission is simple. Win just one of the next 3 games. One gritty, ugly, hard-fought game to give Steph time to return by Game 6. It's not about style points. It's about survival. It's about holding the line. If the Warriors can do that, just one game, then they'll be bringing back their superstar into a live series with the home crowd behind them and the psychological edge of resilience already established. The Timberwolves, they're running out of excuses. This is their moment to punch back. But the Warriors already punched first. And they did it without the man who built the dynasty. The playoffs are unforgiving. They test character as much as talent. And right now, the Warriors are passing that test, one defensive stand at a time. Do you think the Warriors can steal another game without Steph Curry? Will Jimmy Butler and Draymond keep carrying the load, or will the Timberwolves finally wake up? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more playoff drama, breakdowns, and everything NBA.